Conservative Media peeps, what's up? It's me, John D. Villarreal. Okay, so the New York Times now has, I believe, kicked in, all my personal opinion knowledge, in fact, casting aspersions, check disclaimers, has kicked in this new paywall situation where basically at a certain point you're going to have to pay for the news if you want I think how this works. I got to double check on it, so don't hold me to it, but I believe how this works is you can basically check out, I think, up to 20 articles a month for free. So, if you're looking at the web or something like that, and someone's linked to an article or whatever, you should, the New York Times, you probably should be able to go check that out here and there. But if you really want to read the New York Times like every day, or check out a bunch of different things, particularly the new stuff, you're going to need to pay for it. Now, I think the way it works on the mobile is a little bit differently, whatever. I got to check all into that. And the question is, will you pay? Well, two things. One, will you pay for a subscription news service? Period. Because there's different people that are trying different things. I know Fox has their, or News Corp rather, has the daily on iPad. I don't know. I forget what the price of that is. And now we have this and some other stuff going on. Will you pay for that? Is that something that you would do? Now, as we know, a lot of newspaper subscriptions around the country are falling. Is the move now online? Will people pay for that kind of news? Number two, even if you would pay for news, will you pay for the New York Times? There's been different, some people say that the New York Times is liberal. There has been some, a lot of these news organizations now, they go back and forth, one criticizing the other a little bit, it seems to me, in my personal opinion. Whether it's Fox versus MSNBC or vice versa, the New York Times has been in the mix on different stories. And then, of course, you've got people trying to defeat the paywall, whatever. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's right. I mean, if you don't want to pay for it, don't use it. So the New York Times has every right to do their thing. I'm skeptical of the model. I'm not sure that it's going to be effective. In other words, but maybe they did set it up right. I mean, it's interesting the more I think about it, because if they did it so no one can see anything, then I think you're going to lose so much audience that it's going to actually work against you. Okay, but having it set up where it's okay to put the benchmark at 20. If you're going to the New York Times more than 20 times, maybe it is worth it to you. So that's it, to pay for it. So that's interesting. And I mean, I guess I have to see exactly how much these plans cost and whatnot. But I want to know from you those two things. One, will you pay for news online? And obviously more and more stuff is getting, monetized and set up. The online stuff is starting to look a lot like the offline models, and more so. There's a convergence going on here. So will you pay for online news? Number one. Number two, would you pay for the New York Times? A lot of people still think it's a leader out there, but there's a lot of people on the conservative side and others that question the New York Times and wouldn't want to read it or pay for it, let alone pay for it. You tell me what's up. Comments below, subscribe up. I'm John D. Villarreal. All my personal opinion, knowledge, ain't fact testing, aspersions. Check the disclaimers. You're watching Conservative Media. We'll see you next time.